Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Because today is the 9th of September, my 4-year anniversary of regularly starting to make BookTube and AuthorTube content. I'm going to go over just like reflections on like being 4 years like making content. I've been on YouTube way longer than 4 years, but there was a really like long break between the few videos I put up in 2011 and 2012 when I came back to like regularly constantly making content in September of 2021. As like many of you might know if you've been here since the beginning, I was inspired to like get back into making videos because I did a recitation of Canto 1 of Inferno in the original medieval Florentine Tuscan Italian on Dante's 700th death anniversary, the 13th, 14th of September. We're not really sure exactly which date. Like some people say the 13th, others say the 14th. I like to believe it was because it was so late in the night. It was when the 13th and the 14th were changing places. So to build up to that awesome recitation, which is still one of the videos I'm proudest of making, I'm sorry if I am speaking too fast, I started uploading some Dantean content videos, and I guess liked it so much I decided to like continue regularly making videos about books and writing, which are, my bread and butter of my channel. And I've also fairly recently added a number 3 category like fountain pens and inks and other types of fine writing instruments and such. And I chose the 9th because, like one of my lucky numbers, my number 2 lucky number, and also most importantly to the purpose of my channel coming back, Dante's lucky number. You cannot miss. He loved the number 9. He is constantly mentioning it, like using it like multiples of 9 and like 9, like, levels of paradise and 9, like circles of hell and stuff like that. But I mean, my number 1 lucky number is 11, but obviously I realized what the optics of that would be starting my channel on that particular date. And so anyway, I am still lacking like what I would consider like real success for my channel in terms of like lots of active subscribers and comments and like really good like analytics and algorithm promoting me and people like name dropping me regularly and being a known entity on BookTube and AuthorTube. But I realize that shouldn't be like the only or the best measure of success. I do consider like somewhat of a success I've achieved because I have gone, well, at least I consider myself to have gotten much better on like editing and making YouTube thumbnails on Canva and just like, doing better videos in general, I guess, not doing so many off-topic edits and such like that. But it would be nice, like I haven't entirely given up hope, like maybe someday eventually I will have like a much larger, maybe 10 people I would settle for, like, active friends who I know, I can count on like X, Y, and Z and A, B, C, and D to always comment on every single video, or at least like every other video, instead of like, I wonder if this video will get comments. I don't really expect comments anymore. That's a surprise, someone commented, and it actually was someone on BookTube instead of just a random person like coming through one and done, or just a random like nasty troll leaving a comment that was like promptly deleted because people apparently, like particularly under the age of 30, they just don't understand how to communicate like respectfully with people anymore. But I really have tried my best to put my best efforts into making like, my content and the thumbnails and the titles and the descriptions and hashtags and stuff. But I do have more confidence by speaking by myself on camera, despite like it does hurt the confidence. Like who wouldn't feel his or her confidence hurt when they get like, troll comments? They're probably, well, maybe they're not trying to get a rise out of you. They're just like the stereotypical Gen Z who just doesn't understand how to communicate. Like, stop waving your hands around. I've gotten a few comments like that. Well, I guess that settles that. I will dutifully sit on my hands because I know talking with my hands is bad, because the first and only interaction you had with me was telling me, oh no, you're talking with your hands and you're talking way too fast. Like, yeah, that makes me like have even like less confidence in myself. I'm well aware of the fact that I might speak a bit what some people might consider like too fast in videos, but this is not really something I'm doing deliberately consciously to speak to 1.5 times, 2.5 times. That's just on my mind because I got a recent trollish comment. I love how fast you speak. I don't need to watch the video on 1.5 times, 2 times. Like, seriously, was that supposed to be sarcasm? Or like, that was just a really rude comment, and it just makes me feel like, no, I need to make even more of a conscious effort to speak slowly so I don't offend the trolls, even though most people haven't said that. But when I get comments like, oh, breathless blabbing, or like 2.5 times the speed, you need to slow down how fast you speak. Well, sorry, not sorry. I cannot consciously control how fast I speak. I usually only become aware, oh, I think I'm speaking too fast when I'm watching the playback, and when I do like catch myself speaking a little bit too fast when actively making the video, I do make an effort to slow down. So like there are a lot of things about our like speaking style and presentation style we just cannot control. It's just like who we are, and you can't please everybody. So unfortunately, like, the trolls can just go, where. And I don't really look at my analytics so much anymore, but sometimes I can't help but see them, like particularly when I go to the home page of the, what do you call it, the YouTube studio, I guess, and I see like the first 5 recently videos, like the click-through rates the most watched. So I still see like, poor click-throughs, low watch times, like small views. I'll get to the most viewed videos in a while. And the number of comments, of course, most of the people viewing and commenting, they seem to be like one and done. I get few views and comments from my actual subscribers, and sometimes I see, oh, they came here from like Aquaman or something like that. That's completely unrelated to books, writing, pens, inks. Like, what were they? Why was the algorithm trying to promote my video on something totally unrelated to anything I regularly or ever make content on? And why was that person clicking on the video? Did you think, like, I mean, the titles, I don't do clickbait titles, so why are you clicking on a video that clearly has nothing to do with the video you were just like watching? That's just like weird to me. But again, I'm like a dinosaur over 40, and so I'm still using Canva to create most of my thumbnails. Every so often I will still use like I take pictures on the computer, like a photo booth, that's what it is called. I'm blanking on it, and I will like edit them a little bit in Mac Preview, like put like a big black box. I used to do that for like years before I started doing Canva, like the big black text box on top of the picture, and then like type in the text. Or sometimes I'll just like take a throwaway picture because I know I'm not going to be using that. I'm just like covering it up with, like, for example, miniature thumbnails of books. Like, for example, in the Hermann Hesse book rating video, it was basically all of Hesse's books as little miniature thumbnails, and then the text at the top. So sometimes I, creative like that, but mostly I'm still using Canva to create my thumbnails. And because I do not yet have premium Canva, I am fairly limited in the kinds of content I can create, like, nothing with paid elements or none of the really nice templates I would really like to use. But I like to think I'm doing the best as I can with like the limitations I have. And if I do get enough subs to feel like it's worthwhile, I might upgrade to one of the premium like services, whatever, of Canva. And yeah, I did in June, I'm totally blanking. This is embarrassing. This is an unscripted video. April, it must have been. I was putting out feelers for a possible readathon I wanted to host in May, and I also put out feelers again, just gauging general interest last year for May is Jewish American Heritage Month. So I just, put out, sorry, that's my phone making a noise. Anyone wants to participate, here are some like possible prompts or group reads, who's interested, and like pretty much no one was. So I decided, like, not going to humiliate myself like that. I'm not going to host a readathon until I get way more subs, or at least people who are interested, or enough like well-connected friends who can help push me, put out the bat signal, and have people signing up for a readathon. So it's, shelved indefinitely. And I still do want to get around to, I've been promising it since I started 4 years ago, a long-running series. It would probably be like 115 videos or more about the Decameron, one of my all-time favoriteest books by Giovanni Boccaccio. It's like one of the absolute classics of Renaissance literature. It's like, 100 short stories plus the foreword, like the introduction and the epilogue, and then all the characters like do a little song and dance after each day concludes, and they're so funny. Well, there are very few stories, I would say like 10 or less, that have not aged well. Like, so many of them, they just feel so fresh, and I practically know my 2 favorites by heart. Just thinking about them makes me laugh. They're very, very funny. So I really am still looking forward to doing that series, but I feel like I would again need more active subscribers, or at least people to help me, like, get the word out behind the scenes, push it out, like recommend it to other people, because that's a really long investment of, like, time and energy. I would have to, like, write the scripts or the posts, like pull together, like, images, like think about each and every, like, topic, what I want to discuss in each videos, like that. But like when you have a really microscopic, like tiny channel, you're kind of like necessarily limited in what you want to do, because like it's important, it's a good idea, I guess, to wait until you have more active subscribers, or at least people regularly watching your videos, until you like sink a huge amount of like time into making. I'm sorry about that noise. I should have shut the phone off. And I did one original tag. This was for my, was it 2024 or 2023? No, I'm sorry. It wasn't for a specific anniversary year. It was to celebrate, I think, my 200th video or 300th video, but I think it was my 200th video. I'm sorry, I should have prepared better. And I tried an original tag for that, the Hendecad hodgepodge tag. Hendecad means, like, 11th, because, my lucky number. And just as I expected, and I even put it in the subtitle as Zero Expectations tag. Like, nobody did that tag unless people, like, had the chutzpah to do it, but not, like, tag me, hyperlink back to my channel in reverse, which is just, like, good etiquette. But so I'm not trying my own tag again until I have, like, more active subscribers. I only done one buddy read, which was in May of 2022, like with two other people. I kind of almost stumbled into that one by accident. It was arranged in the comments of a video. I had a really great experience. Hasn't happened again. Like, I mean, I guess if you guys have like sat in judgment behind the scenes and decided I'm not like worth doing buddy reads with, or you're just not interested, my types of things, you think I only want to read, they're too serious or heavy or boring or just not your style at all, like, I'm cool with your community judgment. It would be nice to do like at least one more buddy read, but if people just aren't interested in like connecting with me, like, oh well, there are lots of other things I can do on BookTube, and the algorithm still hates me. I almost never see my own videos being promoted on like the sidebar, the home page, and like, owing, like, combined with the poor like analytics I see, like, I'm definitely not being promoted at all. So I genuinely don't know if I'm really doing something like wrong to make the algorithm not like me, or people not click on me, or people who click on the videos, if they chance to see them or they're already subscribed, they think I'm doing something wrong that's losing their interest in making them DNF. And particularly without comments, I have no idea of knowing, like, even a rude hate comment, which I promptly delete or report to YouTube if it's like a nasty personal attack and cruel enough. Like, I mean, I just can't know. Is it because I'm not jumping right into the topic? Is it because I provide a quick introduction of like a minute or so, or my personal connection to the subject, why I like it? Because I go off topic for like 15 seconds, or I talk about a few things that are not like 100% related to the topic, even though they're like indirectly related, or it's like, a jumping off point, like, a natural conversation. You're not 100% sticking to what you started out talking about, just as long as you like get back on the like purported main subject like quickly. So I just don't know what I'm doing. Is it my lighting, my presentation style? Like, one person, I reported this one to YouTube for like bullying and harassment, and I doesn't appear anymore. So like, thankfully that person seems to be gone. She was saying, oh, and then my Go Ask Alice review video, oh, I had my doubts about this book 50 years ago, but the reviewer's tone of voice and tongue clicking, like, what? I always edit out tongue clicking when I do a video that I'm editing. There's pauses between the segments, and I inadvertently, like, not doing it on purpose, like, lady, like, click my tongue as I'm starting to speak again. I always make sure to edit that out when I am doing the editing out frames in iMovie. So if I do like happen to click my tongue while I am speaking and making a video, it is not on purpose to like make you annoyed. It's just, people cannot control how they freaking talk. I know I'm getting like really angry and worked up, but like, seriously, like, why do you feel the need to leave a rude comment? I don't think I will never return to any of this reviewer's videos again because of the tone of voice and the tongue clicking. Oh, sorry, not sorry. What do you want me to adopt, like a snooty mid-Atlantic accent and talk all prim and proper, like a Katharine Hepburn type of like speaking voice, and learn to not do my working class Pittsburghese accent and always speak in polite, refined, bourgeois, or wealthy type of language. Stop using words like, dude, or like use guys, or other things I use, like, say freaking all the time. Like, I cannot be anyone but who I am. And if you don't like my presentation style or my way of speaking or my accent, which I cannot control, like raised in like a Pittsburghese family, like I've lived most of my life outside of Pittsburgh, but you can't really take the accent out of someone, when particularly when they've been all around those people, breathed raised in the accent all their lives. And also I have a very working class, like blunt, straight shooting, like from the hip way of speaking. I can't control that. Like people just like try making videos and have people criticize your way of speaking that you can't control because like maybe you were raised in, I don't know, like the Appalachia or something like that, and people are saying, oh, you need to, I don't like your tone of voice or your accent, or you're just too blunt or rude, or, well, people talk the way they are like brought up to talk. It's not like people doing it on purpose to hate you. And as I said, like most of my comments are from people who don't have channels, and a number of like nasty trolls and rude remarks, which of course are immediately deleted. It makes me feel even more like I'm not really a part of BookTube and AuthorTube. I'm more a person who makes those types of videos instead of like really officially in the community, because like if I saw comments like these on like anyone else's channels I regularly watch, I know there would be so many people coming to their defense. How dare you say that about our sweet, like Jack or John or like William or whoever, or Jane or Sarah. I'm just like using random names. I'm not thinking of like specific people. Like, but with me, like particularly on the video I had last year on the lives of John Lennon by Albert Goldman, this biography is crap. There were so many rude, nasty comments, and I finally started just deleting the worst of them, and like no one was coming to my defense for the longest time. It was just like, and this is like misogyny. Almost all of these, I'm pretty sure like 100% were men like making like really sexist, misogynistic comments and telling me, oh, you're wrong to say people hate Yoko Ono because they're racist and misogynistic. It's because fill in like racist, like sexist comments of their own. It's just like, it just really felt like nobody had my back, and that really made me, lose a lot of heart. And for a while I was trying topics and titles I thought had more appeal. People were going to click on them even if they didn't like know who I was, or the video didn't have so many views when they happened to see it on their sidebar, the homepage, or whatever. Like, for example, top 10 whatever I would like to see more of in like historical fiction, or like top 10 tropes I hate, or like something I really like, or top 10 stupid reasons for giving a 1-star review. And that didn't work either, because apparently if no matter how much work you put in on your thumbnail and your title and your metadata and your, the description box, the text, and your just the general video content, like people just really aren't going to take a chance if they don't know you from Adam, and your video has few views already. So it's just, like that was a failure as well. And I have in the past tried shorter videos, trying to keep them 18 minutes right now, like to like 25 minutes or under, most ideally 20 minutes or under. But sometimes like a subject is, I guess, so intense or detailed, it can't help going over that. So I'm trying to do like a mix of videos, just so they naturally evolve at the length they are. And in the past, I edited out like off-topic chatter that really wasn't directly or even indirectly strongly related at all to the topic at hand. But none of that really made a difference. Like I tried several different types of intro. Like, what, if you're still watching at this point, what kind of introduction do you think I should have? Do you think I should quickly introduce the channel, or will people turn out? Because for a while I stopped watching them. Like, I can't remember the last time I have watched them at this point. How to improve your channel, like content niche for Nick Nimmin. I do like his videos, but I'll never be like him. He pretty much starts everything with, today we're talking about XYZ, and we're starting right now. Like, that's never going to be me. I like to try building a personal connection with my, audience, and, but zero changes I made based on like watching these videos resulted in more subscriptions or clicks. And I now kind of expect like poor views and 0 comments. It's almost a surprise when I get a comment, and particularly if it's a comment from someone on BookTube or AuthorTube or PenTube, or like someone who's actually a subscriber, or someone who's like commenting more than once, and I have no more unrealistic expectations from people projecting their own success. Oh, don't worry, you'll have like hundreds of BFFs within 6 weeks just because I had success. Like, well, bully for you. I'm really happy you made all those great friends and had really quick success, but that just doesn't happened for all of us for like many reasons. And I, as I was saying, can't tell what I'm doing wrong or right when I have like no comments. For example, one of the recent videos I had was talking about the Beyond Garbage chapter 3 of this book, which I have 2 more videos yet to go on. I'm chapter 5 and a general like wrap up of all the issues, because this chapter 3 is like, it's disgustingly homophobic. And so did the one person who downvoted that video without leaving a comment agree with the author's repulsive 1950s style homophobia, or was it like something about my presentation? Because I didn't immediately jump right into discussing the chapter like within like 15 seconds instead of just providing a brief like overview introduction. So like, what are the reasons people downvote my videos when I can't see comments? At least a nasty hate comment tells me what they think I was, doing wrong. So I pulled back from readathons and watching as many videos as I used to in the first year and a half or so being on BookTube or AuthorTube, because I had like poor reciprocal engagement. I mean, I understand like some people, most people probably, they're not going to immediately hop on over to someone's channel like the first time they see a new commenter. Oh, check out if you have a channel. Like maybe they're going to wait. Oh, maybe this person is just like, coming through, and there's a stray hair on my forehead. So maybe wait until that person has like 10 comments or so. Oh, this is going to be a regular friend who likes watching me. I'll check out that person's channel. Oh, maybe it won't be my style, but at least I'll do like a comment to let you know, hey, I really like that you're watching my videos and enjoying my content. Good luck on your channel. Like something like that. But I got like almost no people like responding even to my comments on their channel. So it just really kind of made me, lose heart for a really long time and not watch and comment on nearly as many videos as I used to. And I do almost no readathons anymore either, because that was a total bomb for like networking and making friends. I was just had unrealistic expectations, and I've like realized most people seem to be watching to learn something, not to like make friends with me, or even because they're like part of BookTube or AuthorTube or PenTube, or they many of the times like based on their screen names, they don't even have like their own channels or anything like that. They're just like, happen to randomly click, the one and done type. And as I said, I cannot control talking with my hands. I'm an 8th Italian. That was really developed strongly in me, despite like, some people say, oh, you're only an 8th. And that also gave me a mostly Southern Italian body type. Well, I mean, not all of my body is Southern Italian, but pretty much, like from the shoulders on down, this is all Southern Italy. And that saved my life when I was run over by a car. I had less distance to fall and more like flesh to cushion the impact. And like saying, oh, you're talking way too fast, or which makes me even more self-conscious about a bad habit I've been trying so hard to get under control, of saying, oh, you talk with your hands, stop waving your hands around. Well, some people talk with their hands naturally. Like it's just like saying, oh, did you know you're a plus size? No way. I had absolutely no idea I am not a size 0. No way. I had thought I was like skinny. Like you're telling people something they already know. That's rude and chutzpahdik. What is your purpose in telling people that, just besides like trying to make them feel bad and give them like poor self-confidence, and like maybe not make videos anymore nearly as often? I cannot control my Pittsburghese accent, my blunt working class like way of speaking. I am who I am, for better or worse, and like hopefully I will get people who enjoy genuinely watching my content, even though I am not all clean, all prim and proper and cleaned up in a nice like bourgeois suburban way of speaking. Oh, this is nice and that's nice, and oh, I didn't really like that part of the book, or I didn't like this book at all, but oh, that's just my opinion. Oh, please don't take my opinion personally. That's just my opinion. Like if you love it, like rock on. It's just my opinion. It's like people on like name websites who act like, oh, you can't say anything negative at all about any names, only blow the daisies and glitter. People who name their kids these names are on the site. Like criticizing a name isn't the same as criticizing a person who has it. It's just like people just, you can express yourself, like, constructively. I try to be funny when I, like, say why I did not like something. I'm not like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Like when I criticize the Beatrice Sparks books I review, I try to, make it funny because it's just so unintentionally hilarious. But, just some people, you just like can't get through to them. So thanks for watching this rather rambly, unscripted video all the way through to the end. I'm sorry if the microphone is picking up yard work outside, and I will see you guys again very soon. My next video will be on the y'all have some like pen and ink videos coming up, and also a video coming up about, for the upcoming anniversary, how to write historical fiction for 9/11, things to keep in mind and such like that. So thanks again for watching, and please leave a comment. So thanks. Bye.